What's up, people of YouTube? This is Soul back with another video on the channel. And I have, before I want to introduce anything, I want to introduce to you today my good friend Merkit. Say hello.
Yeah, how's it going? This is Chris from MerkitHappenGaming.
Hey, good to have you on. Good to have you on here back with me, man. Today we're just discussing the new Sword and Shield leaks that we've been seeing floating around. Disclaimer: when it comes to that, we can't really confirm any of these like 100% until Nintendo does. So if Nintendo is cool about this, please don't take the video down. Without any further ado, though, I think we're just gonna hop right into it. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, let's go. Okay, so the first thing we see here is the evolution of what's supposed to be the grass starter, Grookey. What do you think about this?
I'm kind of biased towards grass starters. I always pick the
You always pick the grass starter?
because it's kind of been a tradition of mine.
Yeah.
Grass is my top 5 favorite types, and this thing looks like he's about to hit something.
Yeah, I mean that's true though. This is what kind of swayed me. Like, well, we'll get to those eventually. But when I saw the middle Evo every started, this was kind of what swayed me into the Grookey gang. So I'm definitely going to be starting with Grookey. What was your thoughts before seeing this? Were you still going Grookey or what?
Yeah, I was gonna go Grookey regardless, just because it's the grass starter is my tradition.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, it looks like it got some sticks to bang shit with, so let's see where that goes. Well, we'll see later. So this is next up is the Sizzle, the water middle Evo. What comes after Sobble? I don't know if this is like people talked about this being shiny or not. I don't really know if that's true, but like based on its appearance, what do you think? Like it looks kind of emo-ish. Like what's your thoughts on that?
Sun and Moon called. They want their Dartrix back.
You think this is kind of like a Dartrix follow-up in
like
grunge,
like the grunge teenager look.
I mean, I kind of agree on that though. It seems like it doesn't seem that bad. I can see where it kind of goes with this, and like if I didn't know what the last one was from before, I would have had some high hopes for this. Yeah, but it looks really basic. Look, got some gloves, got some emo haircut going on there, so your imagination kind of wanders off as to where the final Evo goes. But it's pure water, right? Like all the lines are just pure their own typing.
As far as I know.
Yeah, as far as I know too. Like we can't confirm for sure, but that's what we heard anyway. So, all right. Well, let's move on to the next one. What we got here is a Galarian Meowth, which is supposed to be like a steel type, and it kind of reminds me of the like Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland. If you just look at his face, kind of.
This is a biased opinion on my end. I personally think that we didn't need another regional Meowth variant.
I kind of had to agree there. Like, we already have the Alola Meowth. Like, couldn't you choose another Gen 1 Pokemon to, like, redesign? Like, we already have
We're getting a Cantonian Meowth as a early purchase gift.
Yeah. Like I don't know. I think there's a lot more potential to a steel type Meowth as well. If you think about like what a steel type Meowth could look like, I have to kind of honestly say it's a bit of a disappointment. But then again, it looks like well made, and you know, if this is Galarian Meowth, I'm excited to see what a Galarian Persian eventually like typically could look like. You know.
I'm getting kind of Togedemaru vibes from this thing.
Yeah. It's like a spiky kind of like rough fur kind of vibe. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on to the next league. We got a fire. Like I want to just say Firefox. You know, it's just like it's there. It's in the cards. It has the fire theme, but apparently it's just dark type. Is that what we heard here, or what? Like it screams fire to me, but maybe it's like
I'm not really sure. But foxes are normally depicted as like the weaselly, wily thing. So I could see like Zorua.
Yeah. It does kind of give a little Gen 5 throwback to Purloin as well, like one of the earlier Pokemon that you could meet that was inspired from, like, it was more like a leopard thing, like a cat thing, but it does resemble a fox as well, if like, to me, but yeah. Yeah.
To me, it looks like they're just trying to bring Naruto into the Pokemon universe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. Like the tail looks like a campfire. It has like, yeah, looks really fire-like. But if it's dark, then it's dark. We don't know for sure, right? It's just it looks cute though. I'll give it that. It looks cute. So I might just end up going with this. Next up, we have its evolution. Actually, we get to see what that looks like, because like there's no way these are not connected at all. It still remains pure dark as far as we know. And this thing just looks like a massive, like in size difference. Like the tail is so fucking long, and you know what I'm saying, like.
I think if its Furmask is blue in its shiny form, that's just fan service towards Dora the Explorer.
Yeah, maybe that. Yeah, it does have
for
like
no swiping.
Yeah. Well, like the eyebrows are getting massively like thick, or maybe that's the white ones, but it has like this mask theme on the eyes.
It's like a bandit.
Yeah, it looks like a bandit. Yeah, looks like something like that.
Thief.
I could see this having prankster for sure, like as an ability. I don't know, something like that. Really reminiscent of Liepard and the Purloin line. Next up, we have what's supposed to be a screenshot, or where well, it's not supposed to be. It is a screenshot of what is allegedly the Water Gym City, where we have this elephant here. That's a new Pokemon, and it has this little helmet. It's a yellow one, and I've heard a comment about it having like a clown face on his back or whatever. I can see where they're coming from, but what do you think about this one?
Personally, this thing looks like it's a fucking porcelain thing, so it makes me think that it might be involved with the Poltergeist line. Because it looks like one of those little elephants you'd serve tea at.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ooh, so you think like this is like just like a cup that a ghost Pokemon can come out of, or what?
That like a kettle.
Oh, interesting. That could be a cool design. Like,
It's just look at
this what
in the front there, and that's what I get. It looks like the eyes on the front. It looks like it's kind of painted on. It doesn't look natural.
I see where you're coming from. Yeah. Well, what if this turned out to be the like Ghost Gym City? Because we already have, like, we know for sure that there is a Ghost Gym, right?
Like, I mean, to be fair, like people in all Pokemon games, there have been people with Pokemon outside that I think have been like weird, because like in Gold and Silver or the Red and Blue, then the Grass Gym City, I can't remember it off the top of my head. There was the woman with the Poliwrath.
Yeah.
This could just be an instance of it, just an NPC interaction with her Pokemon outside of the Pokemon.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me a bit of what's the city called? The city where Misty has her gym, and like Kanto. Yeah, Cerulean City. Yeah. Kind of reminds me a bit of a rendition of that one. I don't know. It's a really hot take to say that it's a ghost Pokemon inside of a kettle looking like an elephant, kind of, but I really don't know, to be sure. It could be that. That would be awesome, actually, but we'll just have to wait and see about that. Let's move forward, though. We have this little purple, it looks like a doll, kind of. It's poison electric, inspired by the Triceratops dinosaur. Maybe it's like one of the fossils, maybe? I don't know. I would have never guessed.
And then if this thing is one of the fossils, then I think it's way weird, because all the fossil Pokemon up to date have been dark type.
Yeah, I mean that's true. It could be. I don't know. It's like it's far, isn't it? Isn't 310 pretty far down on the Pokedex list as well? If there's no national deck.
Yeah.
So it might be like a legendary, something special Pokemon.
I wouldn't say that. They've
Interesting.
only shown the box. They've only shown the box legendaries and hinted at Eternatus,
Yeah.
so we can't really say. I don't think they. I don't think that
Yeah.
just yet.
Makes
Now,
sense.
this thing doesn't look like a happy camper.
No, it seems a bit sad, like, or angry, or like.
It looks pissed off.
Yeah. This looks like it's going to rough up something real bad, like pick a fight with something. I don't know. It would be cool to see that. I bet this has an evolution. It'd be pretty cool to see that. So.
But this thing just reminds me of the Land Before Time.
Reminds you of what?
Land Before Time.
Oh yeah, really. Well, interesting. I think we're just gonna move on though. It's not much more to say about this. Like, we have no more context about it other than it's like poison electric. Like, if that's true, it's gonna be 4 times weak to ground. That's pretty interesting. But like, I don't know. Maybe it seems like this is one of the Pokemon that's gonna have a new ability or something like that. But not much more to say on that one. Let's move on. We have another Galarian Meowth lookalike. I like, it says here there's like an evolution to it. I don't know if that's true, but it could look like an alternate version. Like, I don't know about like evolution.
I'm not convinced it's an evolution. If this is an actual different form, then this is just a gender variant.
Maybe it's a gender variant. Maybe it's like the more Pico thing where it's like full belly, hangry type of thing. I don't know. It looks a bit weird. It looks more like a dark type now. Like,
I'm not sure like they would double down on a unique ability like that in the single game without having any feedback on how it was done in the first place.
Yeah, it looks a bit more evil. Looks a bit more sinister. Looks like it could do a bit more damage.
The first one looked like you put Esther and Togedemaru in the daycare.
Yeah. And maybe a Meowth in there as well, like just on top, because it does reminisce. It does look a bit like the original Meowth, like the Cantonian variant, but at the same time,
I'm not convinced that this thing is anything special.
No, me neither. I don't know. It looks a bit weird to me. I don't know. But like, if it evolves to Persian and has like 2 different Persians, that would be pretty insane to see that. But
this thing looks like if Impidimp just stayed in one spot and got old.
You think so? I mean, I can see where you're coming from.
It looks like a beard.
Yeah, it does look a bit weird. Something like that. Okay, well, enough of this Meowth thing. Let's move on. So here is the final evolution of the grass starter Grookey. We didn't have the name of the middle one, but here's what this alleged final evolution's design looks like, and it really plays on the thing with the sticks and like the drum theme. Yeah.
If this thing is getting named Donkey Kong, so
yeah, like it's very reminiscent of Donkey Kong in a way, but it has. You can definitely see that it's grass type. Like if it were to have another type, it would be like kind of hard to guess what that would be. Maybe dark, but I can definitely see this being pure grass, and I hope this gets some like a signature move, including the drum. That would be pretty cool. Maybe it gets a sound-based ability, something like that.
Maybe. My hope for this thing is that it's a bulky Pokemon that can fill the role that Tangrowth.
Yeah, maybe something like that. My expectations of this Pokemon is that it's going to be low tier, because that's what my previous experience with grass type starters are. But at the same time, you're allowed to dream, right? You gotta have the hope there.
My opinion on offensive grass types is that they need a secondary typing that can
really help support it.
Yeah, like the one exception is Contrary Superior. But that's the only good offensive monograss type.
Yeah, well, I can agree on that. Like, there's not many good offensive grass types out there that's pure mono grass. Like, you have some variants that's different typings, and but that's like kind of the thing. Like, maybe that's why pure grass type starters are low tier, because they only have that grass type, and maybe that's the deciding factor that will make this low or high tier. I have no idea, but
Like,
it's a cool
if you
design.
look, like just going back on that concept, if you look back at Gen 7, the reason that Cartana was so potent in the OU tier was, well, its stats helped it out, but that dual typing with steel type helped it out a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, this definitely looks like a bit bulky, so like maybe high defense, maybe a physical attacker, but at the same time it has a drum, so if it's using sound-based moves, maybe it's a special attacker, it's hard to say, but it has like this Super Saiyan here or something like that, like, I don't know. It's cool though.
So just don't give this thing the Meganium treatment, please.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. We'll have to see about that. Well, that's a cool design, Rillaboom, Gorilla and Boom obviously combined. For the next one, let's see what we got up here. It's a supposedly Galarian Farfetch'd, because we know Surfetch'd is in the game, right? So it looks like a real screenshot as well, taken poorly, but you can kind of see what it's about, yeah?
Like, I like this thing. Like, I'm probably gonna get Sword.
You're probably gonna get Sword?
Though it's rumored that another Pokemon that I'm very, very interested in is a Shield exclusive, so
Yeah.
I'm torn.
Yeah. Well, I can see that. It's just, for me, Farfetch'd has always been that one that's the odd one out. Like, you have your Pidgeys, you have your Spearows, you have your Pidovs, you have your, whatever, the Starlies, but then there's, like, Farfetch'd, who's, like, it doesn't evolve into anything. It has its signature item, but it kind of feels like it's getting ripped off, kind of. It's like, if it was like the Cubone Marowak thing, where it evolved and then the evolution also gets to have that same item, then that would be, amazing. If that stick item like helps Surfetch'd out as well, I'm sure it could do massive damage. But to see it, we know Surfetch'd is pure fighting type, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird having a normal flying type go to a fighting type. So maybe this Galarian Farfetch'd evolves into Surfetch'd, which is, maybe this is a fighting type, maybe this is kind of like, I don't know, but it looks cool though. But
it's very weird to see a fire type go. It was weird to see a fire type to go to an ice and fairy type.
Yeah, that's also true though. I mean, thinking about it that way, yeah. It's just, Farfetch'd is not the mon for me. So it's like, I'm not gonna get this, but I respect to those who do, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool. It has the leak the other way. Like, it's cool. That's all I have to say about that. Next up, though, we're going to the final water evolution, which is Inteleon, the pure water type. Looks like a spy. Has this mysterious theme. Very slanky, very thin, tall. Like, what's your impression on this?
I'm getting Legend of Zelda vibes from this.
Legend of Zelda?
Hmm?
Like from Breath of the Wild or what?
Like the race of the water people.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the what are those called again? Zoras? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. But at the same time, it's like, this thing, I feel like it's going to do.
Zoras.
Yeah, the Zoras. Yeah, I feel like this thing is going to do a lot of damage. I feel like this is going to be like a high speed, like, it's going to be very fast, and it's going to do a lot of damage. Be squishy. Doesn't take many hits, but it's fast and does a lot of damage.
What you're saying is we're getting another water type glass cannon starter.
Yeah, I feel like that. I feel like that's the case, yeah. Because it doesn't look like as bulky as a Swampert or something like that. Or as like a Blastoise. It doesn't look like he can tank many hits.
I feel like with some of these designs, Nintendo is trying to send shoutouts to their other franchises. Like,
Yeah.
Rillaboom, I said looked like Donkey Kong,
Yeah.
and I feel like this thing gives me
Hmm. Come again on the last part.
and Teleon gives me the Zora vibe from Zelda.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Like I can totally see that, but I'm like, to me it doesn't look that. I mean, it's reminiscent of Zora, but my main question to this is like, is it gonna have protein? Cause like it's like a chameleon, so is it gonna have protein?
It could have an ability to do dealing with that finger gun he's got there.
Yeah, that could be something. We don't know if that's the way it attacks, but that would be
And we
hilarious
all
if it's
know
like
that the starters are going to get Blaze,
and
Torrent,
torrent
and
and overgrow. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's for sure. Well, I just hope this thing speed is like in the 130s. That would be pretty cool. But well,
I say 115 is reasonable.
that makes more sense. It's just that's my hope. Hope is it gets in 130s. It might not have like 100 attack or special attack, but like 130 speed.
If they give a broken hidden ability, they have to nerf its offensive, or else this thing is going straight to oops.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, so let's move on. That was Inteleon, the spy-themed water final evolution chameleon. Next up, we have the confirmation picture of the 3 starters. We already seen Rillaboom, we already seen Inteleon with their pure water, pure grass, and then we have on the right side of Rillaboom, we have Cinderace, which is pure fire. We don't see any of its design here, but we have a picture of it that comes on later on. But that's what we know for now. They're all level 49. So yeah, well, that's all we get. Like and you can see that they have like this Dynamax on top of them as well. So maybe they can all Dynamax, or all of them can Dynamax to get bigger. But maybe since they're starters, maybe they get the Gigantamax treatment or what? Maybe we don't know yet. But imagining these as the Dynamax versions are pretty cool though. And looking at it this way, grass sure does have a lot of weaknesses.
I mean, it's always had a lot of weaknesses, but it depends. Depending on the bulk, it does a lot. Like being resistant to ground is always a boon.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, there's not much more to say about this, so let's move on. Okay, so our first Gigantamax form that we have here, that we reveal here, is a Gigantamax version of Kingler. We all know Kingler, we all love him. And this Gigantamax version with the
Santa Claus?
Yeah, with the claws. Like, look at that
Santa Claus? Look at that beard.
Yeah, Santa Claus, yeah. Yeah, that beard is like, it's just in time for the holidays. Like, that claw is gonna tear something apart. Like, we all know that his left claw, it's his left claw, right? It's bigger than his right?
Yeah, the left claw is the traditional crush claw on crabs.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Maybe that's where it comes from. But it has the beard. It looks awesome. I hope this does some fat damage. Yeah, not much more to say, but I really like this design actually. Like
I wish we could see what his Gmax was.
Yeah, that would be cool actually to see. We see the Gmax Smite above there. I think we're gonna get into that a little bit later, but yeah, I just think that the design is awesome. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's pretty cool. Okay, let's move on. Now we have another Gen 1 Gigantamax form in Machamp. And you're a very big fan of Machamp. Like, what do you think about this reveal?
This thing looks like fucking Tikal from Moana.
Yeah, I mean that's true. I think I'm not too on board with this design. It looks very reminiscent of its version in the like in the what's it called, the fighting game Pokemon series, the 3D. I don't remember its name.
Pokken.
Yeah, Pokken Tournament. Yeah, like because there when it goes like berserk, its arms and like its entire color gets like reddish, so it's kind of reminiscent of that. I don't know if Gigantamax Pokemon changed their typings as well. What do they?
None of them have so far, but it's not out of the question.
Okay. Because I could see this being like a fighting ground type, like those, or maybe like fighting fire. I don't know. Maybe just pure fight. But it looks big. It looks massive, right? But I'm not too on board with this design. Looks a bit too much like the original. It creeps me a little bit out. Maybe that's the reason. Maybe that's on purpose. But yeah, I don't know. I think this design is more for you than for me. What we can read in the bottom line of the text there is something about critical hits with its move, but I don't know. I think it's gonna be cool to use, but I'm not gonna get it myself personally. But maybe I'll try it out eventually. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. Oh, here we got we gotta give Gen 5 some love, right? Because Garbodor, when it first came out, it got a lot of heat for its design, and this is just taking that design to another level. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish those things that were on it, like the plane and the boat, were actual planes and boats. That would be pretty cool. Because you see it's toys, right? But yeah.
I've been a big Garbodor fan for a while, so like I just love Garbodor.
Yeah, I love this form too. It's really creative, and I love Garbodor as a mon. So I'd be on board to use this. Like, I think it's very awesome. I hope it's viable as well, because Garbodor gets some moves that are pretty viable in competitive and outside of competitive for that matter. But like, yeah, I hope its move, like its signature move, is dope as its design is.
Right.
Yeah. Let's move on. We got a new Pokemon here. It's a bug fire type. We all know, or maybe all doesn't know yet. But you're a big fan of bug types, and here we have our first revealed bug type of the video.
I believe so.
Yeah, I believe so too. And I have to say I like this design a lot. Like, it's a centipede. It's standard centipede thing. We've seen it before, but it's a creative take on it, I think.
Give this thing the Mountaineer ability from the creative Pokemon. This thing will be golden.
Ooh, that would be awesome. Like, it kind of looks like a mirrored version, because like it looks like it could be like a face on the back of it too. But I don't know, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Like, what do you think? Do you think it's a mirror design?
Could be.
Or do you think it's just the tail? Like, I think the possibilities are huge here, because on the front you see those like spikes or whatever that's sticking out of its chins on both sides. You have those on the back as well. So maybe it's just that we don't see the eyes on the back, but I don't know. Centiskorch, creative name. You just smash Centipede and Scorch together. I like it. Creative design. Yeah. Another bug fire type. Thank the Lord. We need another one of those.
This thing Gigantamaxes.
Yes. It Gigantamaxes too. It's a Gigantamax Centiskorch. And you can see those swirlies like that are on it is on the back, like on the far back on it, right there on the tail. And that's pretty interesting. Seems like it's gonna remain its typing, but its design, it just got huge. You know what I'm saying? Like, it got long.
It's like Godzilla monster.
Yeah, I'm getting vibes from Dragon Ball, like I think from Dragon Ball Z. There's some scene in there where that has like this long road dragon or whatever. It looks like a Chinese dragon as well, but it looks sick. I'm so on board to use this poke right here. I'm excited for this. I just hope that they are reasonable. Like if there are differences, like if there are like some Gigantamax forms can only be used in Sword and some in Shield, I really hope that you know that they are reasonable with which ones are the exclusive ones, because I really want to use this.
If our good friend Jolteon Pro, you posted in our chat earlier saying that this is going to be a sword.
This is a Sword exclusive.
Hmm.
Oh, that would be interesting. I might have to go Sword at that point, because that's a sick one. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a sick one. I really like that one. But all right, I've been praised by Lord Centiscorch. I'm ready to move on. Let's see what we got in our bag next. We got the evolution of Roly-Coly. Is this a name? The first one?
Yep. Carcoal.
Yeah, car coal. It looks like a car that carries coal. Makes sense. The eyes are a bit off in terms of what Roly-Coly's eyes look like, but in terms of design, I can definitely see it coming from Roly-Coly. But yeah, it's kind of like this generation's Geodude, maybe. What do you think?
Yeah.
Like it's pretty interesting that we have like the standardized rock type to be rock fire, because we have like Gen 5 Roggenrola, which is pure rock and stuff like that, and we have the Alolan Geodude, which turned rock electric. So I'm glad they're exploring with the rock types, but it's 4 times weak to water. It's probably dang slow, but hopefully it does some damage. You know what I'm saying? Like,
The thing is, I wonder if like this is going to evolve by trade evolution.
Yeah. Because this, we know this thing is a middle evolution. We have the last Evo as well, which we're going to show here in a bit. But this is probably actually going to evolve via trade evolution. Actually, when thinking about it, maybe that's the same for some other Pokemon as well. But it's been a staple of the franchise, because they want you to be like, oh, buy both versions, or play with your friends so you can get all the mons or whatever. So, but still, it's pretty cool nonetheless. The final Evo of it is Colossal, like Cole and Colossal. I feel like this thing takes on more of a ride-on thing, like ride-on feel in its design. When it stands on 2 legs like that, like it has the reminiscence of Golem in there as well, but I feel like this is more like the Rhyperior ride-on.
This thing looks like they took Magmortar and Rhydon and squished it together.
Yeah, they took Magmortar and Rhydon, squished it together, and got this Colossal thing, and they have the fire type. Yeah, that fits perfectly actually. Like it's huge. It's defense sky high, special defense about 40-50 as it's usually been. Yeah. 4 times weak to water, hidden power water is going to be very a problem for this, and but it's probably going to do a lot of damage. Like I can see this having sky high attack, maybe some cool access to some moves as well, like Stealth Rocks for sure. But yeah, but we also know that this thing can Gigantamax, and that Gigantamax version, if we move on over here, you can't even see the entire thing, right? It's so immensely big.
It looks like one of the Titans from Hercules.
Yeah. It also looks like it takes on more of a volcano feel than maybe just like a coal Pokemon. Maybe like a volcano feel. It erupts magma, stuff like that. But maybe this still have. What does the Steam Engine ability do again? Do you remember?
Steam Engine?
Yeah, Steam Engine. I don't remember what that ability does again. I know it gets it, and like it's his signature ability or whatever.
I do not remember.
I don't remember either. It's like it gives you some boost when you're hit by a certain type of move. Is it when you're hit by a water or a fire move? It gets a boost or something? Maybe something like that. Does Gigantamax forms have abilities as well?
The Pokemon with damage is hit by a fire type or water type move, its speed status increased by 3 stages.
3 stages, okay, yeah, so water or fire move. You obviously don't want to get hit with water, but if you get hit with fire move, or water move, or survive, or fire move.
You give this thing a Pasho Berry.
Yeah, if can Gigantamax Pokemon hold items?
Yes.
Okay, so they can hold items. Imagine if you had a Gigantamax Pokemon hold a Mega Stone, dude. That would be crazy. I also wonder what this Pokemon's signature move is gonna be. G-Max, whatever. I'm looking forward to it. I really want to use this. I hope this is like a Pokemon that I get to use. Do you know if it's Shield or Sword exclusive? By any chance? Do you know?
What was the question?
Do you know if this Gigantamax Colossal is a Sword or Shield exclusive? By any chance?
I do not. Do not.
You don't know? Okay. Well, it looks awesome anyway. I want to use that. Next up, we have another Pokemon that we can't really see in good view. It's really blurry, but it's purple. It's definitely purple. Maybe poison type, maybe dragon type, maybe ghost type, something like that. It's very tall, and that's for what I can see from this picture. It has like on top, it has those Gigantamax swirlies. Look, the pink puffs of smoke on the top there. So I think this is a Gigantamax form of something. Maybe it's the Gigantamax form of Impidimp. Maybe actually, when looking at it, like later.
I feel like this is a legendary.
You think this is a legendary?
Yeah.
Interesting. What do you think its typing is?
I honestly don't know. Like I can't really tell anything about it.
My prediction is that this is the Gigantamax form of Impidimp's final evolution. We have a picture of it. We're going to show you it later, so you'll get to see it for yourself. But to me, the similarities are there.
Eternatus has been rumored for a long time.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to see. Maybe I'm totally off. I'm not too sure. But it looks cool. I hope we get to see something dope with it. Let's move on. Next,
my roommates just put their dogs in the cage, and one of them barks a lot.
Oh, that's.
So we'll probably get some barking in the later end of this recording.
Oh, that's
a lot of barking.
That's fine. We'll manage, dude. It's okay. Now we have a psychic type Pokemon, Hatterene or Haterene. I don't know how you pronounce that.
Yeah.
And it's psychic question mark. It's G-Max Smite confuses opponents. This is what we saw like when we looked at Kingler before. This is on the top of the same page. Hatterene. Like in Hatterene, seems like it's spelled with 2 T's as well from the page. I don't know if that is like English or if it's Japanese to English or whatever, but I think it's spelled with 2 T's, but I'm not really too sure. Its design, it looks like a mermaid kind of. I'm getting Topafini vibes for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm also getting like
Miss Mages.
You're getting Miss Mages vibes?
Yeah.
I'm getting Topafini, and I'm also getting what's it called? The the squid Pokemon with Contra
Malamar?
Malamar, yeah. For sure, I'm getting those kind of vibes. Maybe this gets Contrary as well. Seems like it's gonna have a cool ability. Not really too sure about what it does, but it looks cool for sure. Next up, we're gonna have the final evolution of the Scorbunny, the starter Pokemon. It's called Cinderace. It doesn't look too big to me. It looks standardized, but maybe it gets really big when it Dynamaxes. But to me, I was really expecting this to be like a fighting type. Pure fire also makes sense though. What do you think?
I think that this is a fake.
You think this is fake?
Left the weakness off the weaknesses. Left the weakness off the weakness. Did they? Never mind. Maybe I'm just being stupid.
Well, they have water, rock, and ground as the three things that fire are weak
The
to.
second, the second one, I didn't really realize that was ground.
Oh yeah. That makes sense. Well, yeah. The symbols are. You thought that was fighting or what?
I don't know what I thought that was, but it didn't look like ground.
It might. Well, we don't know for sure if it's fake, but I'm a little on the fence. But I'm going to say that I think this might be real. Like I wouldn't be too upset if this turns out to be real. I like its design, follows the Scorbunny design pretty well. Hopefully it's going to do a lot of damage. It also seems like a glass cannon to me. Like something like fire starters have the tradition of being glass cannons. You have Blaziken, you have what's it called, Infernape. You have Delphox, yeah. Even Charizard might even be a little glass cannon-ish. So
Typhlosion.
Typhlosion for sure, yeah. The other single mono fire starter that is in the franchise.
This thing also gives me a vibe to like the Magi anime series or Prince of Persia.
Yeah. Like, do you think this is going to be a physical attacker or a special attacker?
I think it could be both. I think it'll be mixed.
Yeah, I also think it can be both. I'm leaning a little more towards the physical, since it's pretty like fast with the buddy legs, I suppose. So maybe those feet, maybe there's some blaze kick action in there as well, but I don't know for sure. All right, let's move on. Here we have what's a little skewed view of a Gigantamax Lapras. Like Gen 1 is getting a lot of love when it comes to new features, I think.
To be fair, most Gen 1 mons are garbage.
Are garbage?
They're not that good on their own.
No, I mean, yeah. I mean, that's true.
And if it wasn't for Mega Evolutions, but people go on like Beedrill.
Yeah, Beedrill definitely needed some love. Like that was lacking. I'm glad to see that it actually did some work after following its Mega Evolution. But I'm a bit sad that Mega Evolution is gone. But you can clearly see that they're trying to like replace it. We also know that Gigantamaxing isn't permanent. It's just for some turns. Is it not?
3 turns.
3
turns.
3 turns?
No, I love this thing's G-Max ability. It sets up Aurora Veil.
Yeah, it kind of sets up Aurora Veil, yeah. Makes sense. Reduces incoming damage for 5 turns. Maybe, do you think that can get broken by like a G-Max Brick Break from a Machamp or something?
I think that Machamp, I don't know if anything would be able to get rid of it, like Defog or Brick Break or anything like that.
Imagine if regular Defog gets that thing away.
Right. Because this thing doesn't say anything about setting up Veil. It just says this move reduces incoming damage for 5 turns, which is what Aurora Veil does.
Yeah, that's basically Aurora Veil, yeah, because it's both physical and special damage incoming. But does it also remove stuff like toxic damage, you think? I don't think so, but like maybe it could reduce the amounts of toxic damage. That's probably too intricate, but...
It just sets up a Veil. It doesn't do anything like a safeguard or anything like that.
Yeah. Probably, yeah. It's still pretty cool, though. I'm glad to see Lapras getting some love. I thought for sure when Mega Evolution was a thing that Lapras would be one of them, but it was not. So I'm glad to see it getting some love. Let's move on, though, to the next. Is an unknown Gigantamax form, but it looks like a snake. Does it not?
Looks like an apple getting caramel drizzled all over it.
Yeah. Looks like an apple, snake element, but at the top right there, doesn't that look like a turtle thing?
can't really see.
Like, if you see at the top, right, like over the Gigantamax form, it looks kind of like it has a turtle shape. Maybe that's like the first evolution of it. I have no idea what to think of this form. It's like a giant apple that a snake has kind of like bitten through. It's probably for sure poison type, I think. There's a bit of like colors at the bottom for like its G Max move, but we can't really make out what it is. But it's a bit weird, but we'll get to see to that, I think. Next up, we have another snake. It's a pure ground type Siliconda, and that looks a bit depressed to me. Maybe
like
it's
a
like
potato.
looks like a potato. Yeah. For me, this is like this generation's Ekans, maybe. Like Siliconda, Silicon, Anaconda, a little snake. Looks cute. It has this camouflage color scheme. I'm surprised it's ground type, but at the same time I can kind of see it makes sense since the colors are there. But I was expecting poison to be sure, but like poison ground would be pretty cool following that. And we haven't seen anything of the Nidoran line yet. It's pretty cool. Not much more to say about this. Those thick eyebrows are probably gonna sway some hearts into capturing this. But next up we have its evolution. I don't know. It seems like a middle evolution. Doesn't seem like a final one. It's pretty as a tubed up snake. Sandaconda still remains pure ground as far as we know.
I'm just gonna let you know that my Sandaconda don't.
Your Sandaconda don't? I don't know what my Sandaconda does, dude. It looks like a snake that is tubed up to shoot out of its own tubes, like self-made cannon kind of.
Yeah.
But it's weird for sure. Where those thick eyebrows go, like now they're all thin and like elastic, but maybe it seems like it's kind of made of rubber at the same time. Maybe it has a cool ability. Maybe it has arena trap, dude. That would be pretty cool. Alright. But that's enough about Sandaconda and Sandaconda don'ts. Let's move on. Hatterene pre-evo on the is probably talking about the thing on the left of Gardevoir there.
Like that's why they think it's a psychic type, because these are all psychic types.
These are all psychic types. Yeah. These are all psychic types. It's probably maybe like a Ralts. No, maybe like a middle evo, because you have like Duosion there, you have Gothorita there, but at the same time you have Gardevoir there. It's not a final evo, but Galarian Bonita is there. But we can definitely for sure say that it's psychic type based on this picture.
It looks like Mona met the Smurfs.
I mean, I guess, but to me it seems like a psychic water type, but I don't know. Maybe it's just pure psychic. I'm waiting for the Pokedex description for this one. Next up, we have Pinurchin, which is an electric type.
Electric here.
Electric here, yeah. Pure electric, only weak to ground. It's like a sea urchin that's just electric. It's at level 47, so either someone has repeatedly been pressing B after each battle, or after each time Pinurchin is leveled up, or it doesn't have an evolution.
To be fair, Pokemon like Mandibuzz and Volcarona didn't evolve till late.
Yeah, maybe it evolves like super late, like 48 or 56 or 60. That would be awesome if it evolves into this like huge, like maybe it's the pseudo legendary. You know what I'm saying? Those tend to be dragon types, but you never know. We also have the beautiful Corviknight there that we have seen before. But yeah.
It's already confirmed.
Yeah. So just having Corviknight there kind of gives credibility to the other Pokemon that we have revealed so far as well, I think. At least from the books, like Inteleon, Rillaboom, Cinderace.
This looks like a rival team. Like
Yeah.
it's saying like this is gonna be like a rival battle.
Yeah, maybe it is. Yeah.
Because it says if you chose Grookey, if you chose Scorbunny.
Yeah, maybe that's true. Yeah. Yeah, because it says if you chose Scorbunny or if you chose Grookey or whatever. Maybe, but then your rival would have the Pokemon that you're strong against.
Friendly. It's a friendly rival.
Maybe it's a friendly rival. Yeah. That's true. That's true. All right, moving on.
To be fair, all the rivals since Generation 6, there's been a friendly rival.
Yeah. Maybe Pokemon just likes it more that way. I miss the good old times with Gary, or Blue as you call him. I miss those
Silver.
times. Yeah, Silver was a good rival as well. Now, on the next slide here, we have a text that says, after beating Leon, the Galar champion, in Pokemon Sword and Shield, you will get a special Charmander that will be able to Gigantamax when it evolves into Charizard. We've already seen the trailer for Gigantamax Charizard. It's confirmed you've already seen Gigantamax Eevee and Pikachu as well. But that's pretty crazy though, that you get like one Charizard of your own. It leads me to believe that Leon himself is using a Gigantamax Charizard. What do you think? It's his ace? Yeah, maybe so. Like on the far right there, on the other page, do you see like maybe it looks like maybe like a Flygon or maybe like the last evolution of the Sandaconda, maybe something like that. Like the color scheme is like green, red, like on the far right, on the other side of the page, like on the same slide.
It's not really on pages talking about Gigantamax forms other than like these three. So
maybe it's something completely else. Maybe I just find it fascinating, but you know, cool. You get your own Gigantamax Charizard, get to try it out a bit. As far as I know, you can use Gigantamax forms in battle as well as regular Pokemon. So it turns into this kind of like double battle theme. Maybe Pokemon are trying to integrate more of the competitive double scene into the singles format. What do you think about that? Hello?
Oh?
What do you think about that?
Said maybe.
Oh, maybe, yeah. Well, it's cool. Let's move on though. We have
the mechanics are going to work for Gigantamax.
Yeah, I wonder too. The game is close to launch though, so it's going to be interesting to see what the mechanics are. We have here the evolution of Wooloo, the Dubwool. And it looks pretty massive. I would love to see if it was another typing next to normal, because I think just regular normal types are a bit boring, but at the same time we need some pure normals. So
imagine if this thing was normal ghosts.
Yeah, that would be sick actually. If it was like a dead ram, that would be like awesome. I just hope it has some kind of goat theme ability. Yeah.
You get another Sap Sipper.
Yeah, maybe Sap Sipper, maybe Fur Coat, maybe Fluffy, maybe something like that. Well, I really don't know. Not too much to say. Kind of an expected design seeing Wooloo, but it's still pretty cool. I like it a lot. Moving on, we have a Clobopus, and I have to say I love this guy, dude. A fighting type.
It's they're copy and pasting Crabrawler with another sea creature.
A sea creature that's just pure fighting type. They're making them all champions, dude. But I love the design of this one. It has like boxing gloves. I don't like the design of Crabrawler too well. I mean, it's cool that you take a crab and you put some gloves on it and it looks like a drunk sailor or whatever. and I really love its evolution. But Clobbopus is like it's so cute, man. It's so cute.
Reminds me of Splatoon.
Yeah, it reminds me of Splatoon 2. Totally. You have the color scheme there. You have like the squid thematic. So I totally see that. Love this guy. But let's move on to its evolution. Crablocked, which is kind of a play on the word grablock, or maybe something like that. Wrestling terms. I'm not too familiar with those, but
Grapple.
grapple. Yeah, grapple lock. Grapple. No, of course, grapple and octopus.
Grapple octopus.
Grapple octopus. There we go. There we go. That's more real.
It gives me wrestling vibes.
Yeah, me too actually. Me too for sure. I'm not. It's a bit cute. I'm not too fan of its design where they took the what was the other one called, Clobbopus, but I mean I'm not too mad either. I hope this is not the final evolution, but it looks like it, so I don't know. Looks cool though. I could probably get submission. Would love for it to have cool ability. Just have to wait and see about that. Next one, we have the middle evolution of Impidimp. And here you can clearly see that it's the middle evolution of Impidimp. Remains its fairy dark type. It also hit the emo stage that Sizzle went through.
It's rebelling.
Yeah. They're rebelling, dude. They're working up an army to turn us all into Hot Topic shoppers or whatever. I don't know what.
This region is based on Great Britain.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. There are only emo people in Great Britain. It's pretty cool. I can see this going a lot, but it's definitely when you look at this, you're like, what does its final evolution look like? Like we have to know, right? Because this looks like it's trying to be masculine. It's not that masculine, and then suddenly we go on to the next page, and it's like boom. You know what I'm saying? Like we done with the emo. We done with the emo shit. Like now we're going straight at it. Like we about to throw down, boy. Grim Snarl.
This thing looks like Beastman and Skeletor from He-Man. Into one.
Yeah. I have to agree on that. It very masculine, suddenly got very powerful. I'm thinking like physical attacker. Maybe it has intimidate. Maybe I'm getting Grand Bull vibes for some reason because it's just like a bulky fairy type, physical fairy type. But I love this design. It looks like it's going to do a lot of damage, and this really makes me want to capture Impidimp for myself. For sure. Let's move on though. It's pretty cool, but let's move on. We have Bolton. It's like Bolthound, I guess. Bolton. Yamper's evolution.
Yeah, good boy. Evolution is Yamper.
Yeah. Do you think this is a final evolution? Or?
I think it's the final evolution.
I also think so. Maybe it has ball fetch as well.
Maybe.
I think it just looks creepy to me. It looks basic. It looks creepy. I don't know what to say about this. I don't like this design. I love how cute Yamper looks, and then I just think they took a cute corgi, made it into a generalized, normal, electric, stereotypical dog. I don't like that, but it's whatever. Moving on, we have the follow-up to the Galarian Ponyta. Its evolution, of course, the Galarian Rapidash, remaining Psychic Fairy, and I don't know, it looks very simple. We already know what Galarian Ponyta is like, so I guess this is like your imagination could have stretched this pretty easily. Like it has a smooth design, like nice look and all that stuff, but
more regal looking. More regal looking.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a female.
Do you think this is a female? Do you think there can be male Galarian Rapidashes as well? Do you think there will be any different?
There was a gender difference in the Ponytas. One didn't have a tail.
I mean, true. Uh, I have no idea. All we know for sure that this is a Pokemon Shield exclusive, since Galarian Ponyta is a Shield exclusive. So there's that, but I don't know. It's not too impressive, I think. Like it's cool and all that stuff, but once you get past that first impression phase, it's not too interesting. It's like I'm more excited to see what moves it gets, what's his stats gonna look like, what's his ability, and stuff like that. Maybe it has psychic terrain, or the Misty terrain.
I think it will carry over its poison healing ability from Ponyta. I forget what it's called.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll just have to see, I guess. Yep. Moving on though, we have what I presume to be the standardized flying type of the generation, but this is said here to be pure flying, but it looks to me more like a normal flying type.
This is said to be the first stage of Corviknight.
First stage of Corviknight, really? Oh wow!
Like this is a rookie league, a rookie super league.
Ooh, interesting. It looks like a ball. I'm getting Natu vibes. It has the same kind of like mask design as the fox, the last evolution fox had.
Like this is the first evolution of Corviknight, I'm pretty sure.
That would be sick, actually.
If we go to if we look ahead to the next slide.
Yeah. Here we have Corvisquire. Yeah, makes sense. But what do you think?
From a rookie to a squire to a knight.
What do you think? How do you think? So you think Corvisquire is the middle evolution? Or how does that work? Do you trade it with a metal coat, or what do you think?
Maybe.
That would make sense, actually, if you had it like a metal coat and you traded it into Corviknight. That would make sense. Maybe, because I don't see how just a regular flying type just gets suddenly steel flying, but other than metal coat.
To be fair, in Gen 6, Flatchling went from normal flying to fire flying.
Yeah, I mean, that is true. That is true. I just feel like steel takes a little bit more effort to get as a typing when you don't have it from before. But I don't know. It's cool. I'm not gonna use Corviknight myself, but
maybe it's one of those Pokemon that evolve after it learns a certain move.
That's true. Maybe it learns Steel Wing.
Like it learns a Steel type move and then evolves.
Maybe it learns Steel Wing.
Maybe.
Interesting theory. Let's move on. We have just a pure bug type.
I think it's cute.
Blip bug. You think that's cute? I think that's creepy, dude. I don't like this design. I think it creeps me out. That head is way too large in comparison
I think this thing is cute.
Like I'm on board if I get to see a cool evolution design, but as it stands like this one, I'm not gonna use this one, dude. If it has to have a sick evolution for me to use this, but I'm not.
Let's move on down.
Yeah, let's move on down. We have the Dottler. It's like a cube-ish Pokemon, bug psychic.
It almost looks like a dice.
Do you think it's the evolution of Blipbug?
Yes. Look at the eyes.
That's true. I mean, it's cool. It's cool. It has to be pretty interesting for me to use it still, but it's cool, I guess. It's cool. I hope it evolves once more, but you know, it's cool.
This is a typing we don't. This is a typing we've not had yet.
Bug Psychic, yeah, they're exploring with some typings there, like Psychic Fairy. We don't have that either, I think, and we don't have Fairy Dark either.
Yeah.
And there's a typing coming up that I know we don't have.
That's normal.
You
don't have a ghost normal type.
No, that's true, but well, we'll get to it. Let's move on to the next one. Here we have Orbeetle. That's probably the final evolution of Dawdle, or do you think they're not related?
I think it's the final evolution. They're both
Yeah,
bug psychic.
yeah, I think it's also the final evolution. It has like this big shape shell.
Look at his eye. Look at his eyebrows as compared to the neck piece on Blipbug.
Oh, that's true. That's very true, actually. It just moves it up as eyebrows, but I don't know. This gives me Genesect vibes.
Eh,
A little.
it's 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 an improvement on Lydian.
Yeah, it's an improvement from Lydian for sure. It just looks crazy, psycho. Uh, Makes sense, but yeah, it's cool. I'm not gonna use it, but it's cool. Next, we have a basic fish Pokemon, like basically a Basculin of this generation. We have an Arrakouda. It's a cool
Derpy
name.
masculine.
Derpy Basculin. It's a cool name though. Arrakouda. That's pretty cool. It's also our good friend Joel who put together this presentation. Shoutouts to him. He predicted that this Pokemon would be its own Pokemon after seeing it in the mouth of the Cramorant. Was that the Pokemon's name? The one that shoots like fish missiles when it used to surf or dive? Yeah. He predicted this would be its own Pokemon, and as we see now, it is. So shoutouts to Joel for helping us with the presentation and for that awesome prediction. That's pretty cool. We can see it evolve here into Barraskewda, which looks a little less derpy, but I just wish this would evolve one more time. You feel me?
Yeah.
Looks rough. I would love it if it was rock water at this point. To get another rock water type. But I can't complain really. It's cool, but it's a bit basic at the same time. Yeah. If this is the only Pokemon that knows Surf in the region, aside from Cramorant, I'm still gonna go Cramorant, but yeah, gotta get them Surfers in there. Yeah.
Sure.
Let's move on. We have a normal type, which is basically like the ferret of this region, maybe, like the Sentret. It's like just a basic squirrel, like Squowet.
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 This thing is cute too.
Yeah, it's cute. I mean, it's cute, but it's a bit basic. Probably not gonna do that much in terms of playability. But the design is definitely cute, so it's more like a collectible Pokemon than anything for me.
And then it's evolution.
Then it's evolution. We have Greedent, and this thing looks derpy if you ask me. Like a squirrel.
This thing looks like a Campy Diggersby.
Campy Diggersby, for sure. Looks like a restaurant chain mascot. For sure, wish this had a secondary typing, maybe like normal grass would be cool. But as it stands, it's just like it has a big tail. It's kind of like a Licky, a worse version of Licky Tongue Line, for me.
This thing is gonna have the pickup ability.
Yeah, it has to have the pickup ability too, for sure.
I don't have to. I'm just gonna predict that it's gonna get it.
Yeah, but I feel like it has to.
Squirrel.
Kind of. Yeah, it's a squirrel. It picks up stuff. Maybe steadfast. Maybe it has, I don't know, quick feet. Hard to predict. But it looks a bit derpy to me. Moving on, we have a Galarian Stunfisk. Steel Ground.
I think that it's great that the Stunfisk is getting some love.
Yeah, I'm very glad to see Stunfisk getting some love too. It's an underrated Pokemon for sure. No one's really giving it any love or using it aside from like memes, derpy memes. People call it like a steamrolled bird, people and stuff like that. So I'm glad that Pokemon plays into this and actually makes it an item, like a bear trap, because you see like the footsteps and the like sharp fangs on the edges. So Steel Ground isn't the perfect typing for it, but it makes sense thematics and design wise. I think hunting also is like a thing that's more of a UK activity more than anything, or like not more than anything else, but it would make sense to have that as a British thing.
Well, hunting is basic human survival.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true, but I'm just glad to see Galarian stuff is getting some love. Imagine if this thing evolved too. That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. Let's move on though. We have Snom, the first bug ice type. I love this.
This Pokemon would be the reason that I went Shield.
It's a Shield exclusive?
Yeah.
Oh damn.
Where Scorch is the Sword exclusive.
I see. So it's our first bug ice type. It's cute, you know. It's small. It's snowy. Maybe it has. I don't think it's gonna be like anything too out of the ordinary moveset wise. Hopefully ability wise, but.
Snowcloak maybe.
Snowcloak maybe. I don't think this is going to get Snow Warning, but maybe it gets Aurora Veil, maybe Powder Snow, Frost Breath, stuff like that. Ice Beam, Bug Buzz. It's cute though. Moving on to its evolution though. Bug Ice type.
This is my favorite of the weeks.
This is your favorite of?
Weeks.
Really? That's a hot take. Like, the first thing I see when I see this is that it's quad weak to fire and rock. And already there, I'm kind of turned off from using it. It also looks like a psychic type to me from here, because like the curves on the wings are very like psychic-y remindish. So I'm getting psychic type vibes, and it's not a psychic type. It's a bit weird to me.
Say it turns you off because of the two quad weaknesses, but if you look in cat tiering, the Cyclant is top dog.
Well, I mean, if you want to use it, then hopefully you can make great use of it. But I'm personally a bit turned away from this Pokemon. It reminds me a little bit of Venomoth, like looks like a white rabbit. Yeah, that's all I have to say about this Bond, really. Let's move on, yeah?
This is our last one.
This is our last one. It's not a direct leak like of a mon or anything, but we have a statement here that says fossils in Galar are broken into top halves and bottom halves for some reason. Strangely, no matter which top and bottom you combine, they can be restored together. So that would make 4 different, which top and bottom you combine, they can be restored together. So that makes, does it really make 4 new fossil Pokemon though? Is that, because if you have, can the tops be combined together and the bottoms be combined together?
I don't know, to be honest.
Because it says no matter which top and bottom you combine.
Generally, tops and bottoms don't tend to go well with each other.
I'm interested either way. Like, that's at least 2 new fossil Pokemon. But if it's 4, I'm all for it. You know, I love fossil Pokemon. They're usually pretty exciting. So I'm excited to see what that is. But we don't really have much on that specifically yet. Aside from that though, video's getting long enough as it is. We've discussed some leaks, and we've seen a lot of different Pokemon so far. We like brushing through here, we have some cool Gigantamax forms, we have some cool new Pokemons, we have some cool Galarian forms and so on. But yeah, that's all we have so far. I'm just excited for the launch of the games.
Too.
Are you? Do you have anything you want to say before we end this off?
I'm torn between which version I'm gonna get with these potential version exclusives.
Oh, dude, so same, man. I'm actually considering getting sword. I was on the shield side for a bit. I'm on the sword side for a bit. I'm going back and forth, dude. I have no idea. But we hope that when the games come around, no matter which version we're gonna get, it's gonna be a great time. We're looking forward to having a new meta to play around with and stuff like that. So expect videos to be coming out soon on that as we test around new stuff. Aside from that, thank you for tuning into the video and exploring the leaks with us. I guess that's it for now.